Hello everyone, welcome back to Second Life's Travels. We are here today at the 8th region in our Second Life Oldest Regions tour, and probably the most well-known, Natoma, basically because of the landmark it has on it. And we're back at the Stonehead Circle, which I actually completely forgot about until I went exploring the sim a little bit. And this is actually going to be the last time we see it, since it's only connected to 4 sims, and I actually missed it the last time, which was at the last place we were at. In any case, we'll be looking at Natoma today. I don't think it's actually going to take us very long to get through this, as most of the land here is actually just sandbox. But we will be taking a look at some of the stuff that they have packed in here. It looks like there's a little bit of a home here, which probably might be the only one. Like, whoever was lucky enough to get this land's probably not going to let go of it, as I think the tower in the sandbox area is the only thing else that's around here. But yeah, I don't actually see a way up top, so I guess we're going to have to fly. Not a whole lot in here. Just a seat, some speakers, and what looks to be perhaps a TV, perhaps, or just maybe a picture frame. For this video as well, I decided to turn the sounds off because I couldn't really accurately predict what was going to get in the video, which could mean it would have heavy editing anyways, as this place is fairly popular with people, and with people becomes a whole lot of gestures and all that, so I ended up just turning off sound completely so I don't have to worry about that particular fact. I usually really like to have sound on, but sometimes I just don't feel like it's worth it. And we can see that castle that we saw in the last time here as well. Not a lot of time has passed, so this sim is pretty much exactly the same as we left it. Maybe there's a couple different touches here and there, but for the most part, not a whole lot of changes. We'll be taking a look at the, I think it was Zoe region once we get around that way towards the right. And we'll see how much it's changed since then from looking over. And gotta watch the borderlines here, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of show off the castle here, because I really like the castle for whatever reason. And it looks like we have one of these smart bridges here that actually close and open once you touch them. Pretty neat. And we can see O'Flynn's over that way. And then once it's done, it'll probably go back down, either on its own or when you click it, I imagine. There it goes, now it's starting to go back down. Okay, so we have a advertisement here for Spook House, which is actually one of the first dark rides that you went through in Second Life. I've been through it a couple times myself. I think it costs a couple linden to go through, but kind of worth it just to see the history. And this is probably some sort of monument put here. Looks like a pot and some sort of note is on here. Let me see if I can... Sorry, let me see if I can... Oh, it turned back into a ball, so I can't see it right now, unfortunately. I see a little sitting area down there, which I think is right along the border of Natoma here. Yeah, I usually don't do these videos so close to each other. The last one I just did was a month ago, Usually takes me like 3 or 4 months before I put another one out, but I kind of wanted to make sure I got at least to the halfway point within this year, as I feel like I've kind of been slacking on it a bit. I might put another video out of this Second Life region touring this year, but at the very least I've gotten 3 out, and I'm happy with that at the very least. And we can see a couple of people sitting around and whatnot. I guess perhaps they're doing like pet stuff or whatever it is, because I saw like statuses and whatnot. And here we have what appears to be a shooting range, which is kind of interesting since a lot of these places tend to not let you have weapons on them. So it is a bit refreshing to see a sandbox that actually allows weapons. I guess this is a scoreboard for something. It looks to be some sort of zombie thing, I guess. Top score has over 500 points. Oh, there must be a second floor to this, since I see a climb up already. Yep, there's a ladder right there. Let me see what this sign says, though. Ah, okay. Oh, that's it. Well, falling down the ladder. I saw something neat in the sky. The White Spy. Which I think the person that built the ivory tower of Prims over there had that as their avatar. The region over this way in front of me had a shrine to the creator of the ivory tower of Prims, because he passed away, I guess, or she passed away, I'm not quite sure. I think it's been a couple of years now since they've passed, but yeah, I remember being surprised when we were over there when I saw that shrine. I guess they put it off sim to have enough room for it or something. And I'm sure it's still there, but we actually get to see what they worked on now in a moment. And we see the sandbox rules here, which will be heading over towards the majority area of the sandbox, which it looks like some people are using at the moment to put something down, I guess. Looks to be perhaps, I don't know, like a walking area for a fantasy theme, maybe. I don't know. But we could go ahead and take a look at Zoe at the moment here, and I don't think I remember that building over there. And I remember there being a shrine or something along the mountainsides here, which I don't see anymore. That makes me kind of sad, because I actually like that quite a bit. And it looks like, for the most part, Zoe doesn't have a whole lot on it anymore. I remember there being like something being built on the corner, the top corner over there, but it doesn't look like there is anymore. Huh. Almost there. Right along the border now. Yeah, I just got a message that told me to stop flying, which I wasn't expecting. That was kind of weird, because I wasn't even really... I mean, I didn't think my flying was really particularly bothering somebody, but I guess it bothered somebody enough to IM me and tell me to stop flying in Spanish, but... Okay then, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these advertisements here. And we have an advertisement for Second Life's 14th birthday, which opened up the day of this recording. But by the time that I put this up, it's definitely going to be over with. And we see a Carl Sagan quote over that way, and another set of the rules on this side of the wall. But yeah, now we're going to go ahead and focus on the tower here. It looks like they're having some sort of promotion with it, because I don't think the stuff on the towers circling around is usually here. I mean, I usually don't come and see it, but I don't remember there being, like, this stuff on it. And interesting enough, I've never actually been in this place before, so I'm going to be seeing it for the first time, potentially like some of you are. Not quite sure what that is. Looks like a texturing machine of some sort. Greenfell Tower. It looks like they're doing some sort of promotion, perhaps for missing people, or some sort of memorial event. Some pickle, some pixel-style people here. Or at least something along the lines of, like, squarish. Number of flags here. They seem to... That looks like an evil penguin, actually. Ivory Tower Library of Primitives. I guess that's the full name of the spot, though I usually just call it the Ivory Tower of Prims. In case of emergency, break glass for prims? I don't know. This looks pretty nice. I guess this is supposed to be like one of those 3D paintings, or... Well, it doesn't seem like a painting, actually, but I assume it's some sort of artistic thing. Pink Panther? Now, here's definitely a painting that's 3D. Very nice. Lumiere Nor. I think this is the guy that... I should have probably looked this up, but I'm pretty sure this is the guy that made the tower and passed away. And I guess perhaps they have a avatar version of him in memorial here. Looks pretty interesting, actually. Just a bit more stuff on this way. It looks like they have a statue of Liberty with prims over here, and a few more advertisements. Looking off towards the water. I feel like when I end up wrapping around here towards the end again, this area, this region here is probably going to change the least out of every spot that I go to, as it's pretty much made to be this tower in a sandbox. Maybe that one house over there, that one guy that has the house, maybe that might be gone, but other than that, I assume Besides perhaps promotion material, this place is probably going to be the exact same. But we'll see, because I'm pretty sure it's going to take at least another year for me to finish this up. But I guess we're on the underground segment here, but it doesn't look like there's anything underneath here. But yeah, now it's time to go into the tower. Ooh, sleeping bear. Right then, we're here. Welcome. Thank you, cat. And from the looks of it, it actually looks to be a tutorial on prims, which I guess is to be expected, actually. Like I said, I've never been in here before, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but now that I've seen it, this probably should have been expected. But yeah, it looks like they have a full set of prim stuff in here, which I'm pretty sure this has multiple floors, so I assume it's going to get more and more advanced, or at least have more lessons along the way. But this appears to be the basics so far of just different things you can do with prims, like move them around or stretch them or scale them. I imagine it took quite a bit of work to actually make the design styles with prims to make it look like the editing tool. But yeah, this is probably a fairly decent intro, I imagine, even now. Though most places that are selling stuff have kind of moved on the mesh, I still like prim stuff as well, as a lot of the stuff that I still cover at times is, in fact, prim sims. Like Sovaga and Lock's Nest, like those things are prims, and I've always particularly liked the styles they do at times, and sort of the historical stuff for them. Because with things like Mesh, you have to go into a separate program and make it, and then export it out to Second Life here, while the editor tool and with the prims, that was always something you could do right off the bat here in world, which I always thought was pretty amazing, especially for its time over a decade ago. Even more so now. Probably closer almost to 15 years, or even at 15 years at this point. I think one of the biggest things of why prim work isn't so popular anymore is that it takes up a lot of space to make even a simple object like a... I don't know, if you wanted to make a radio, for example, out of prims, you're looking at something that might make... you have to make out of like 30 prims or something like that. Though with the recent boosting of prims for land, it's not too bad now, but it's still like a very big investment of prims to make things out of prims still. Unless you're like one of those wizards that can make things like complex sets out of like make the land pick like 1 on it, but then you're like a wizard and then you're probably selling that stuff for 5K on the market. And I think that stuff uses sculpts as well. A nice view up here from the windows now too. And now we're getting into the more advanced stuff, like how to do lighting and whatnot. Though this is still some stuff that I would probably teach you during a basic tutorial class, because I actually went to a tutorial class on prims once, and how to make things light up and whatnot was actually one of the basic things they made us do with the prim. Pretty neat design there. I think we'll go ahead and keep on heading up now. It appears that the main project for this was to make a staircase, or at least one of them were. I really am happy this is still here though, and it's being protected. Because this is really throughout, and the whole tower itself is a work of prims as well, so it looks really nice. I probably would have covered this anyways, or at least this whole region in a regular Second Life Travels if I wasn't doing this set of videos. Because honestly, this place is pretty historic. And I definitely would say come and give it a look, even if you have a good grip on prims. Who knows, you might be able to learn something. Or at the very least, you can come and see a piece of Second Life history in person. And I do believe our tour of Natoma is coming to an end. I do hope you guys enjoy these videos, and I will be back with you guys with another one pretty soon. And I see a blimp coming over here. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so I'll leave this off with a bit of a view of the tower, and I will see you guys next time.